Hi guys, so the app and add-on that I decided to research for assignment 2 is called Kaizena. It is basically a voice commenting app that you can use on students' Google Docs and other work that they create. You can also leave text comments and you can link to different videos or websites that can help students out as another additional resource as well. So far in looking at the app, I really like it. And I figured the best way would just be to make a little video to show you exactly how to access it and then all of the cool features that you can use from there. So to start, in your Google Docs, you would go to add-ons and get add-ons and search for Kaizena. Mine popped up for me automatically in the kind of the preview here, but if it doesn't, you can search for Kaizena and it comes up Kaizena shortcut. That's the one you want. You'll click on it. It is free, so click on that and it adds it to your Google Drive. It'll ask you if you want to sync your account to it and everything, and you can just hit allow. And then from there, if you ever want to use it, go to your add-ons, click Kaizena shortcut, and open. And it pops up. Once you have a document open, this is a sample document that I created each quarter. I have my students do a little reflection over the interactive notebook that they create in my class and talk about goals that they have for next quarter and what they thought they did well this past quarter. So this is a sample document that I created for that. And originally, the first dialog box that pops up is going to say that your document is not in Kaizena and you can import it to Kaizena, and it's just one click. It automatically does that. On the side of the teacher, if you look at your Kaizena page, I created a class. You can create a new group. From here, I do not have Google Classroom currently. Hopefully that will change soon. But it appears that you can import from Google Classroom, and what I've seen in my research, it looks like that is very simple, and that's probably the best way and the easiest way to import your students to join your class on here. But you can also just have them go to kaizena.com and enter this code, and that's what I did to make my sample group. I logged into my school account and linked it to this, so my school account is sort of my sample student that I have. So here is my student profile, you can say, and this is the document that I've imported into Kaizena. And from here, this is where the magic happens. You can highlight anything. So as I'm reading through this first paragraph here, and I initially see that, she didn't capitalize I, you can either just highlight the I, or if then I look, I can see that multiple times in that sentence she didn't capitalize I. So I can highlight that whole sentence. And then go over here, I can either type a comment or I can add a voice text. So if I want to add a voice text, you click on the microphone. Make sure you capitalize your I's when you're referring to yourself. And as soon as you record, the recording not only pops up here, but then also if the student still has Google Docs open, and if we refresh this, it should pop up that there was a comment made. We go to Kaizena again. There is a comment here and the student can click on that. Make sure you capitalize your I's when you're referring to yourself. And hear the message play. If they do not have Google Docs open, they will receive an email that their teacher has made a comment for them, and they can go back and see that original post. They can also open it and see it in the Kaizena app as well, or they can just see it specifically right here on their original Google Doc page. So you can go in and make comments throughout. If I see, you know, multiple times, that's one thing that my kids mess up with a lot, and they forget. They don't capitalize their I's, capitalize the beginning of sentences. So, you know, I could make a comment here, nice job indenting, but you need to make sure that you capitalize the beginning of a sentence. I could make that another voice comment. On down the page, there were some other I's that were not capitalized, so I could make that another comment. You can also go in and leave text comments. So here, this quarters should be possessive. So I could highlight that, and then I could type a message, quarters should be quarters because you are using it in the possessive form. So you not only can do voice comments, but you can also do text comments. Also down here you can import a what's called a lesson. In these lessons you can either, from over here, the light bulb takes you to lessons. You can either create your lessons, which I don't have any lessons created yet, but Kaizena has also created some lessons of their own based on common misconceptions. And these lessons take you to either YouTube videos or websites that offer good insight into any misconceptions that students are currently having, any thing that they need help with. So if, for example, I'm using this in my math class, not necessarily with a writing assignment, but with if they've done a math problem on Google Docs, I've done that in the past, maybe they're solving equations. I could take them, if they're really struggling to solving equations, I could link it to a Khan Academy video and say, watch this, it might help. If it doesn't help, if it still doesn't help, you're still confused, then come back to me and we'll talk about where we can go from there. So I like that not only you're linking your voice to it, and you can also do your text, but then you can link it to an actual video that the students can watch, and that can help. You can also monitor skills. So if a student is not doing very well with transitions, you could include that in your responses as well. And if you go back to the reflection, let's say in your feedback you're noticing that they're not doing a very good job on transitions, or maybe in the past they haven't done well on transitions. You can type in transition and give them like a kind of a grading scale, not an actual grade, but a formative assessment on if they've improved. Maybe they were at a 0 on their last min reflection, and then now you're noticing, okay, you're doing better, so I'm going to give you a 2 or a 3. That can kind of monitor progress. So not only are you giving them feedback, but then they can also use that to self-monitor themselves and see what they're doing well, what they still need work on. Pretty much, I like everything about this app, and I think I could use it a lot in my classroom for specific feedback, but then also at this point, if you click on everyone, maybe there's a comment that you want to make towards everyone in the class. And like I said before, everyone in my 7th grade pretty much can use help with reminding to capitalize I's. So you can, again, do a voice or a text box here and say, you all need help and you need to remember to capitalize your I's. So that then would get blasted out to everyone in the group instead of having to make that comment 25 different times on everybody's paper. You can just send that out to everybody, everyone would see it, and you're good to go. It's a quick response system, and it's a great way to provide feedback. I like this, that it can also, that it does the voice recognition, and it allows the students to not only just see a text comment, but your voice is there. So it provides kind of real life feedback to them. They're not just seeing an email response back. they're hearing your voice. They're hearing the inflections in your voice. You can add sarcasm if you want. You can add meaningful responses. If you really, really liked something, you can include that in the tone of your voice. So I really like that, and I think the students will hopefully like that as well. I'm excited to learn more about this app and this add-on and see how I can use it in my classroom, and I really hope that you guys find ways that you can use it in your class as well. Thanks.